Tell us the difference between a jury trial and a bench trial.
Well, you know, the purpose of a jury, Mike, is to decide the facts of the case. We refer to the jury as the fact finder.
Yep.
And then the jury takes the law that the judge will give and kind of applies it to their factual analysis. Well, a jury trial is just one way that a case can get resolved. The other way is what's called a bench trial. And that means that you don't have a jury. It is a judge.
Just the judge.
So the judge determines the law, but the judge also determines the fact or the facts in the case. And actually, when you file a lawsuit, unless you ask for a jury, you don't get a jury. Now, the other side has the opportunity when they're defending the case to say, hey, well, you didn't ask for one, but we would like one because we do have a constitutional right to a jury.
So they would be granted a jury if they asked for one.
They would,
sure.
But, you know, a lot of times you can get a case moving a little bit faster without a jury. Of course, you've only got one person making the decision.
Which sounds kind of risky, but 12 people can be a little risky, too.
I like the bench. Obviously, I'm a believer in jury trials,
sure.
But I'm also not afraid of a bench trial.
Before we button this up, can you give us a generic example of where that might be one where you could just do it with a bench trial, get the judge, and settle it without a lot of time? What's an example?
Well, really, if you have one that you feel like could get resolved quicker.
If it's a cut and dry case, maybe.
Well, it could be, and maybe the dispute is just how much should the person get in compensation. Okay. So instead of waiting maybe, Mike, 2 years or 2.5 years for a jury trial, a lot of times judges have more flexibility and say, hey, look, I can work this in a 3-hour period.
Yeah.
I like that resolution.
I want there to be something to be said, too, for the judge with experience kind of would understand the compensation side where Joe Blow, like me, might not have any clue what would be fair as far as a settlement.
And the judge is a lawyer, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a lot of it. I think it depends on the case, and I always, analyze it on each case by case, but this week I agreed that we'll have one by a bench trial.
And each case is different. Each one is a different ball game, but it's not something that I hear a whole lot about, but something that you deal with all the time.